to learn a second language is going to feel painfully familiar.
I think I know where you're going with this.
You're speaking English, the conversation is flowing, you feel confident, maybe even a little talky.
Mm-hmm.
You're telling a story.
Mm.
And then suddenly, boom, you hit a wall, a tiny two-letter wall.
The dreaded preposition wall.
Exactly. You just freeze up completely because you have to describe where you are, and your brain just jams.
Right.
Are you in the office? Or are you at the office? Are you in the airport or at the airport?
It feels like a coin toss where the loser looks foolish.
It does. It's the classic preposition paralysis. And honestly, it's so frustrating because these are some of the smallest words in the English language.
They are. In, at, on. They're tiny. But they cause the biggest headaches, even for really advanced learners.
Right. And the advice you usually get from a teacher or a native speaker is just, well, it's unhelpful.
It's the worst. Just memorize it.
Just memorize it. Or here's a list of exceptions. My favorite is, it just sounds right.
Which is the least helpful advice possible when you're trying to find the logic in a language.
Exactly. But today, we're going to fix that. We're doing a deep dive into a really insightful lesson from Go English, the podcast, with speakers Mizzou and Lucas.
Mm-hmm.
And what stood out to me immediately and why I wanted to cover this is that they completely throw out the rule book.
They do. They really push back against that textbook mentality. Their whole argument, and this is really the core mission for us today, is that English prepositions aren't math problems.
Right.
You can't just calculate the answer. You have to feel the situation.
Feeling the situation. Now, I had to be the skeptic for a second. That sounds a little abstract, doesn't it?
It does at first.
I mean, for a learner who just wants to pass a test, feel it sounds like advice from a yoga instructor, not a linguist.
I get that. But when you unpack what Mizzou and Lucas are actually saying, it's surprisingly technical. It's not about emotions.
It's about visualization.
Exactly. Visualization. The central thesis is that you can have the same English words, same place, same time,
But a different feeling.
a different camera angle. The preposition you choose in or at, it just changes the entire scene.
So we're not just correcting grammar, we're correcting how we see the world.
Precisely. If you're translating word for word from your native language, you're matching words.
And that's the trap.
That's the trap. We need to stop translating and start seeing the geometry of the scene.
Okay, let's get into that geometry.
Right.
Because once you see it, you really can't unsee it. The source breaks this down into two main concepts for space. Map points versus containers.
Right. Let's start with at.
At.
If we look at their examples, at the bus stop, at the airport, at the door, there's a consistent theme. At is a zero-dimensional point.
Zero-dimensional.
Yeah, think about Google Maps. You pinch the screen, you zoom all the way out, you see the city, the neighborhood, and then that little red pin drops. That pin is at.
Okay, I see that. So when I say at, I'm dropping a pin on a map.
Exactly. When you're at a place, you're not concerned with the walls or the ceiling or the furniture. You're just identifying a coordinate.
That makes perfect sense with the bus stop example. I'm at the bus stop. I mean, a bus stop usually isn't even a building.
No, it's just a pole in the ground. You're not inside anything. You're just marking your location.
For the bus driver or a friend?
Exactly. And this also explains why we say at the airport. Now, an airport is a massive complex, right?
It's basically a small city.
Right. Terminals, restaurants, security. It's huge. It's a 3D space.
Definitely.
But when you text your friend, I've arrived at the airport, you aren't describing the architecture.
No.
You're treating that entire complex as a single dot on your journey. I was at home, now I'm at the airport.
So at is the zoom out. It's functional. It answers the question, where are you on the map?
Yes. Without any other details. Now let's contrast that with in.
Okay.
If at is a dot, in is a box, a container.
So this is where we zoom in.
All the way in. In needs a 3D environment. You need boundaries, walls, a ceiling, some kind of enclosure. The example from the source that really nails this is in the car.
That's a good one. The feeling is very distinct.
It is. I mean, picture in the car. You're in a seat, the doors are closed, there's a roof over your head, you are physically contained.
Right. You're not just at a coordinate. You're inside a vessel. It's sensory. You can feel the air conditioning. You feel cut off from the outside.
Exactly. Or in the kitchen, you picture someone moving around surrounded by four walls. It's immersive.
So the big takeaway here is a question you can ask yourself. Am I pinning a location on a map?
Which is at.
Or am I entering a container?
Which is in.
Okay, but here's where it gets tricky and where the source has a really great insight. The places where both work, like the office case study.
The office, the ultimate testing ground, because you can be at the office and in the office.
And learners panic, right? They think one must be wrong.
But they're both right. They just mean different things, different camera angles.
So if you tell your partner on the phone, I'm at the office, what's the subtext?
The subtext is, I'm at work. I'm unavailable.
Don't wait up for me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a status update. Your general whereabouts, you could be in the parking lot or in the break room. It doesn't matter. You're at the office as a concept.
But if I say I'm in the office...
The camera cuts inside. Now I'm picturing you sitting at your desk. Maybe the door is closed. If I'm in your lobby and call you, you wouldn't say, I'm at the office. I already know that. You'd say, I'm in my office. Come on in.
That's a great distinction. At is your status. In is your physical environment. But let's raise the stakes. The source brings up the hospital. And this feels critical.
This is where a preposition mistake can actually cause a panic attack. The difference between at the hospital and in the hospital is massive.
Walk us through that. Let's say I text you.
Okay, if you text me, I'm at the hospital, my reaction is mild concern, curiosity.
You're assuming I'm visiting someone.
Yeah, or you have a checkup, or you're a doctor who works there. You are at that location, but you are an agent. You're free to leave.
Right. But if I text you, I'm in the hospital.
Then I am dropping everything and driving over, because in the hospital implies you've been admitted. You're a patient.
You're in the system.
You're inside the system of care. The building is containing you. You're sleeping there. It shifts from a location to a condition.
In the hospital is a state of being. The preposition in almost traps you there.
Exactly. And we see this same nuance with school, which Mizzou and Lucas also touch on.
At school versus in school.
Right. If you say, my kids are at school, you're talking about their location right now. It's 2 p.m. They are at the school building.
It's a geographical fact.
Yes. But if you say he is in school, he might not be physically there at all.
Right. It means he's a student. He's enrolled.
He's inside the education system. You could say he's in law school while he's on summer vacation in Paris. It describes his status in life, not his GPS.
That is such a crucial nuance. It's almost philosophical. We're defining our relationship to the place.
It is. It's about how English speakers categorize reality. Is this a place you visit, which is at, or a system you are part of, which is in?
So we've covered space, map versus container. But the source pivots to something that I think scares learners even more.
Time. The invisible dimension.
If spatial prepositions are a headache, time prepositions are a full-on migraine. In January at 5:00 on Monday, it feels so random.
It does.
But what I love about this lesson is that they apply the exact same visual logic. They don't switch systems on us.
No, and that is the key. You have to visualize time as having a shape.
So in for time. If in is a container for space, what is it for time?
It's a soft stretch, a bubble of time that surrounds you. It has volume.
Like in the morning.
Exactly. In the morning isn't 1 second. You wake up, make coffee, check emails. You do all these things inside the container of morning.
It has duration. It feels long.
Yes. In the afternoon, in the summer. Summer is a massive container, 3 months long. You live inside it. Or in 2025, a whole year wrapping around you.
So if in is the bubble, at must be the pinprick again.
Exactly. At is sharp, precise. The red pin on the timeline. At 7.
Boom. One moment.
At noon. At midnight.
Mm-hmm.
You can't hang out inside 7 points p.m. It happens, and then it's gone. It's a milestone.
That visual really helps. In is a warm bath you sit in. At is a needle pricking the timeline. But. Yeah. And you knew there was a but coming.
There's always a but in English.
The source points out the one major exception that drives learners crazy. It defies the logic. We say in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening.
And then we say at night.
The notorious at night.
Why?
Just why? Night is a long period, just like the morning. Logically, it should be in night.
You're right. If you apply the container logic, it should be in night. But this is where history throws a wrench in the gears. Historically, English treats night as a point of contrast to the day. It wasn't seen as a stretch of activity, but as a block of darkness, a distinct point where the day ends.
So you're in the morning being active, but you're simply at night as a status.
Basically. And the source mentions this is an incredibly common mistake. Learners say in night because they're being logical.
And English is just breaking the pattern.
Right. And this brings us to a really important concept from the source, the math fallacy.
The idea that language is an equation to be solved.
Yes. If you approach English thinking A equals B, so C must happen, you will fail with at night. You can't logic your way through every preposition.
Sometimes you just have to accept the chunk.
A chunk, exactly. Mizzou and Lucas provide a list of these fixed expressions we shouldn't analyze. We just have to mimic them.
You don't translate, don't analyze zone.
Yes, just swallow them whole.
Okay, let's run through a few. We've got the at chunks. At home.
Standard, you never say in home. The concept is at home. It's your base.
At work.
Again, location and status.
At the moment.
A specific point in time. Very useful.
Now the in chunks. This one feels cozy. In bed.
In bed is great. It implies the covers. If you were at bed, you'd be standing next to it. In bed means you're under the duvet. Contained.
In the city.
Surrounded by buildings. You're in the maze.
In the future.
A long, infinite stretch of time.
And the biggest one. In my life.
The ultimate container.
You know, hearing these, it's liberating. The source really hammers home that English is not math, and that's such a relief for a learner.
It is. Trying to calculate is what causes that paralysis. If you're standing there running an algorithm in your head, you aren't communicating, you're processing data.
You're a computer, not a speaker.
Right. And part of connecting is making mistakes. I loved how encouraging Mizzou and Lucas were about this. They basically said, if you say in night, it's okay.
It is okay.
In fact, they frame it beautifully. If you say in night, it means you're applying logic. It means you're smart. You just applied the right logic to an irregular word.
So a mistake is just evidence of effort.
Exactly. And let's be honest, if you say, I watch TV at night, every native speaker will understand you. You haven't broken communication.
It's like a slightly out of tune note. The song is still recognizable.
Perfect analogy. And eventually, just by listening, you'll start to hear that at night sounds better. You can't force it with a rule book.
So let's bring this all together. From airports to hospitals, morning to midnight. If we want to leave our listener with a toolkit for visualization, how do we sum this up?
I'd say stop looking for the rule and start looking for the image.
So if we want to visualize in,
We're seeing a container, walls, boundaries, a 3D space, or for time, a soft, long stretch that surrounds you. In is immersive.
and for at,
We're seeing a map, a red pin, a coordinate. Or for time, a sharp, precise moment. At is a point. It's a laser pointer.
and the golden rule from the source.
Don't translate into your native language. See the place, feel the time.
It sounds so simple, but it really is a huge shift in mindset. You know, thinking about all this, it strikes me that learning these prepositions is actually about learning how a culture sees the world.
That's a really profound point to end on. It
This
is.
Like, why do English speakers see a car as a box we get in, but a bus as a platform we get on?
Right.
Or why is morning a warm bath we sit in, but night is a sharp wall we stand at?
It raises a fascinating question about fluency. True fluency isn't just knowing the dictionary definition of cafe. It's walking down the street, looking at that coffee shop, and instantly having the choice. Do I see this as a meeting point, a coordinate on my map at the cafe?
Or a cozy shelter where I can hide from the rain in the cafe.
That's it right there. It's about having the flexibility to choose your reality.
You aren't just choosing a two-letter word, you're choosing which version of the world you want to describe.
And that represents a level of mastery that goes way beyond a textbook. It's about perception.
I love that.
Yeah.
So next time you're about to freeze up, just take a breath, look at the space, and ask yourself, am I on the map or am I in the box? Thanks for listening to this deep dive. We'll catch you. Well, I guess we'll catch you in the next deep dive.
Or at our next scheduled release time.
See? It works both ways. Bye, everyone.